Hi friends, Chris here. Thank you so much for joining me today. If this is your first time here, welcome. I hope you enjoy the video and the content on my channel. And if you do, please do those YouTube things like, subscribe, share, comment, etc. It'd be very much appreciated by me. And to all my dear friends and returning True Blues, thanks so much for continued love, support, kindness, and friendship. It means the world to me. So today I'm here to show you part 2 of my Dreamers designs as you know, if you watched the last one, I gave you a little hint, and of course you'll know by now by the description, it's a Hannah Lynn. So with that said, I'm just gonna zoom you on down so we can take a look at what I got. So here we go. All right, so I have the stuff out, the kit out before I open this from the last one, because I just filmed the first part. So I'll just use this to show you what's inside of a toolkit. So you get the instruction booklet, with the tips and tricks and thank you for your purchase stuff and all that good social medias. It comes in the very desirable, smooth, silky bag here, the toolkit there, and we get a bag of baggies. We get 2 dime painting pens, a regular pen, and one of the plastic ones that people use for ABs and rhinestones. With the pen, you get the 2 hand grips, so it's more comfortable. You get 2 little trays of wax in these circular things to keep them nice and soft. We have 2 multi-placers here, the bad fat ones that nobody likes. But we also get a straightener, which is a great thing. I love straighteners. We get some murder tweezers, some super sharp murder tweezers. And we got our tray. So it's a branded tray. It has on the back there with this little divider thing. You put that in there. So if you do want to use 2 colors at once, you can pour them in there. And by the way, I didn't mention the first one. The spout is over here, so you just open it like that and close it like that. I don't use these trays, but if you're going to use this with 2 colors, be careful. After a while, I don't think it's going to be great because the kind of tray it is with this opening and closing and the little teeth here to make it, go like that to close. I think eventually this probably will break, so you'll only be able to use it for 1 color. But, while you have it, if you want to use multicolors until it does break, unless you're super careful, there you go. All right. So let's just get into the kit now. I don't have to explain anything on why I got it, how I got it, when I got it, because, again, I said it all in the last video. So if you don't know, you're going to have to go look at it. We have the little bag here that it comes in, a protective bag. It's branded right down here. Very nice. All right, just take that out there. It comes wrapped in a purple ribbon. And there's our kit here. Put her down like this. Okay. So here are our drills, our diamonds. Again, this one has a lot of blues. There's some reds and rusty colors, tons of blues and dark colors, honestly, in this one. Some tans, greens. On this side, you can see a lot of the oranges. And I'm just going to open her up and take out the specials. With this one, it's not going to be hard. As I said, and if any of you know Dreamer Design, they have all their specials at the end of the line here. Is that it, or is there more? Let me see. Let me look at the sticker sheet here real quick. So 57. All right. Yep, that's probably it. 57. I just want to look here. I don't know. It's just 1 bag of that, but it probably is. Not that it would matter for our purpose here today. Excuse me. All right, so let's put that over there. Scissors over there. So here are our specials. And before I show you that though, you should see the sticker sheet and what I got. So here it is. We have Evelyn from Hannah Lynn and coloring artist Allison Twinning. So she's the one that colored the design, and of course Hannah is the one that drew it. Very nice. So these are all stickers on this end, including the information sticker. And these are our labels. They're individually done, of course. And there are 62 colors in this one. And again, there is 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4 ABs and 2 crystals. Let me get you a closer look at that. Okay. And so what are our ABs and crystals? We have not a lot of them. There's purple here. Oh, it's a square, by the way. I didn't even give you that information. Chris, come on. This is a square. It's a 60 by 80. So this is a purple AB. These are 2 different colors. Yes, it's orange, 2 of my favorite ones. Orange, 741 and 42. So 2 different orange ABs. This really beautiful 772. Like it's like sort of a I wouldn't say mint green, but it's like a neonish green. There's 2 bags of those. I love that color. And then we have 2 crystals. We have this yellow crystal and a clear crystal. And I still have yet to work with a crystal in square. So whenever I get to this kit, it might be my first time working with a crystal that is square. Okay, so with all of that said, let's just get to her. Are you ready, guys? And here she is. With the glare from the light and the glare from the outside. The other one didn't seem to have it, but at least I don't think so. But anyways, beautiful. I'm a little cold, so I'm going to turn my fan off. Excuse me 1 second. Okay, so here she is. Again, it's called Evelyn. The information is on this side, right up here, by Hannah Lynn to size. You get social medias on the other side. You get the color list on both sides, and you get the motto on the bottom. And so here we have it. We'll start at the bottom. Here she is. She has a little globe right in front of her. It's like a science. She has these like constellation-y kind of things here. She has some gems that she's been looking at, as well as over on this side too. Bookcase in the back. This little ship over here. Really awesome. On this side, it's telescope. Again, here's the globe. Here she is with this sort of monocle type thing on her head. I guess I don't know what you exactly call it. If it's a jeweler's thing or because she's looking at those. She's looking at those stones, those like geodes, really closely. And again, up here you have again the constellations there. You have the solar system back there, and a beautiful round window. I love that. Over here in the background, oh, it's just really beautiful. All right, I'm just gonna move her this way now. There we go. So I think you still get a pretty good view of her. Yeah, this is really pretty. Again, let's just take a quick look here. Okay, so where do these? Oh, let's talk about the drill field and everything first. This one has more color blocking than the last one, that's for sure. There's actually quite a bit. So if we start down at the bottom, this whole big chunk, no, you can't see my hands. This big chunk of area here is one color. Then we get over in here, again, one big chunk of color. What color is that? Is that like a dark blue or something? I'm not too sure. Oh no, that's a wrong symbol. I was looking at the wrong symbol. I was like, what? That doesn't make any sense. 3371. Yeah, it's probably like a very dark blue or something. So we have that extremely dark color here. Then we go in this dark blue here. Another dark blue on this side. Another then a dark color over here. So large chunks all in this bottom area. Then we get some, again, the same kind of nice amounts of color, again, smaller color blocking areas in here. Her outfit, large chunks are, this is one color, and then the darker color, or the next color, is the kind of like outlining it. Around here as well, this one color. You get a lot of line blocking. Nope, you can't see my hands, can't see my hands. If we're going back now to the bookshelf, lots of line blocking in the bookshelf, all over here, and then all the books are line blocked into some colors. Again, we go into the globe. Again, a good amount of color blocking in the water of different blues. You get a little bit of confetti in here. Where you get the most confetti, though, is in the background on the, basically the wallpaper or the wall, whatever you want to call it. These kind of look like tans and browns. Not my favorite color. I hate them. But there's not much of a, just the background. A little bit's over there. Up there, obviously, and over here. It's not going to take up half the painting, so I can deal with that. Again, and then you'll get color like confetti-ish, light confetti-ish in her hair and stuff. And then this kind of, the window with the certain areas are pretty well color blocked as well. So, again, not like, to me, again, not boring color blocking, but if you don't like confetti, this is a good kit for you, because, like I said, the only areas of real kind of what I would call confetti-ish areas would be that background. All right, so her face, I don't know what that's going to look like. It would be interesting. I'm not going to pull the colors out, but this is very, very pink. Dark pink, too. Chris is not a fan of that. And then this looks very kind of pale. I don't know, again, if you look at the picture, it does come off as a very light skin tone with a very dark cheek. And even surrounding her, over here, because of the mixing or the blending and the skin tones. I won't know how I feel about that until I'm kitting it up and I look at the colors. I'm not a big fan of this extreme dark, extreme bright pinks and reds in the faces. So whether I keep that or not, I don't know. I think I've seen somebody working on this. So I'm going to see how theirs looks. And if theirs looks okay, and even if I'm a little sketchy on how it is, I might do it, that I'll just leave it. I don't plan on zhuzhing this up probably. I'll probably leave whatever they have as it is. But speaking of zhuzhing it up, let's look now at, well, before I do that, we're going to look for the ABs and crystals, but I just wanted to give you a little close-up look at the canvas itself, at the drill field. Again, we have a nice thick sheet. Now this one seems a little thicker than the last one, but I don't know, this could be just in my mind. And again, sticky canvas. Excuse me, 1 second. My throat's getting a little sore from talking. I don't have personally an issue seeing the symbols. And I know some people don't like the color brightness or saturation of it. I personally do like what it looks like. Some people are sketchy on whether the drills and the squares are any good. I never have an issue with that. So it's all personal preferences and your own experiences. And, you know, one person can absolutely love something and have not an issue with it, and the other person can absolutely hate it. So, you know, your experience is your own experience. I personally love Dreamer Designs. I never really had an issue with them. So I can only tell you from what I know. Okay. So there we have that stuff. There we have the globe. And as you can see, the bookshelf a little bit. Her outfit a little bit. So on this side. I'm just gonna put it up. Come on. Ooh. There we go. Tilt a little here. As you can see, the top of her outfit has some confetti in it too. So, and her face. And we have that beautiful window. And there we have, take a look at the background. See what the background looks like. All right. Let's look for the ABs and crystals. So, we'll start with this purple one. Not too much in here. So, guess that probably one area it's going to be in, and it's probably going to be only that area. So, that is 57. And that is the G symbol. So, all right. So, we find it right down here. If you see this over here, this is all of this little area is, you can see it, those little things. Those are the purple ABs. There are a couple of O's in there, which, by the way, is the clear crystal. These are like little gems or pieces of the geode, you know, the color, you know, the beautiful crystal rocks that she's currently looking at. And so that's over there. And that's probably the only space that's going to be in. I don't know where else it would be. I don't see that color anywhere. And just trying to guess, I don't want to keep you forever, but yeah, I would say that's it. And the amount that's in the bag. So, again, what you could do is, for instance, if you look over here, this is more of those little pieces. However, they didn't put that in an AB. That's a regular color with a little bit of the crystal on it. So what I'll probably do is I'm going to have some left over of those ABs because that's the only place it is. So I'll just use those rest of those purple ABs to change those out for, as well as over here. Same thing. They have, again, that like bluish purple color, little rock, but not in an AB. So I'll probably switch all those out as well. So all of these will be rhinestone and crystal little geode pieces. Now, let's look for the oranges. So I'm going to look for both orange ABs at the same time because they're probably going to be in the same spot. So what are we looking for? We're looking for a 6 and a 4. So let's go darker and lighter. So the darker will outline this little piece of scroll here. So up top here where you see that dark orange, that's going to be the one color. And now the one next to it, right under it, the lighter one, because there are basically 4 shades right here. So the next shade darker is going to be that other AB in both sides, on both areas here, and then here. About the same in here. We're going to have this darker area is going to be that one, and then the next one is that other color. Same thing as in here, going around the globe. The metal piece right there, and again, that looks like probably the only spot that's the only yellow areas in the paint, or excuse me, well, it's charted yellowish orange. It's really orange, I should say. This other yellow is something else. We'll get to that in a minute, though. But yeah, that's the only areas on here that those are. But you know what? Let me skip to, before I show you that, I'll skip to that. So we'll use this crystal yellow, and that's the number 2. And so we're talking about here, and that's the kind of the lightest color right in here. Those crystals will go here, the crystals will go here, over here, and over here. And in here on the scroll as well. It's interesting that they really focused on the mechanics of the globe and the scroll to put a lot of AB and crystals in those. And again, that's the only area where that would be. And as far as our crystal clear, that is the open O. And so again, like I said, there's going to be some in here. There's a few of them in here, which is like a compass looking thing. And then the constellations. So all of these constellations will have it. The constellations on here and on here will have it. That's going to look really nice. In her eye right there and in her eye over there. I kind of like that as well. And in the kind of earth or sky through the window, these little pieces over here, these four areas, and then this kind of like 10 space areas here, and a couple of dots all throughout there are going to have those crystals, as well as a little bit of crystal lines in the little ship here, the model ship. And a little bit in the glass of the telescope, that white area. And finally, we have these, this AB color, all of those. Again, those really pretty kind of like neonish. They're not neon, but that's as close as I can come to them. In the camera, it certainly comes off as very bright. Those, and that is the like an apostrophe symbol. And that's going to be all of this green. All in the window here. And then on the edge it goes into irregular, other colors and regular greens. But all of this green is going to be that. As well as a little bit, we'll see those greens in the green ABs in here on the telescope right there. And that's probably the only place that they charted those. Now, for what I will do extra, I will add some extras. Because even though, you see a lot of them in there, and you see a lot of them, again, in this area here, there are areas where it could be added. And basically, I don't know if I will do all of this, but I'll do some of it for sure. So, for instance, starting down at the bottom, we have this book over here. You could easily add, since they like to do kind of like a outlining area with certain, you could outline this lighter area with an AB or a crystal. Or you could do some of the pages in here or something with it. I wouldn't do the pages probably, but I could just do the outline of it there. That's a possibility. Like I said, I'll probably, any of these little pieces of geode, I'm going to turn into a crystal and an AB, which also means she is holding, and there's the green ones over here. She has a green geode in her hand, And the only special is that little bit of clear AB right on it. There are a lot of other greens in there. So I'll probably get maybe an AB green, and if I have any metallic green, or I have two different shades of green ABs, I'll put them in there, as well as down in here in the little pieces over there. I wouldn't touch the bookshelf at all, or with any of the books. I might put whatever this is kind of like decoration over here. You know, you might be able to put a little bit of, maybe a little bit of red AB, because there's a little red in there, or maybe some blue color, you know, little accents, because there's a handful of different colors in this. You know, just to accent it. It doesn't matter what color you use, just to give it a little pop. Yes, baby, I'm almost done. One of the kitties is meowing at the door. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Because I don't let them in the craft room. Like I said, the only little bits of AB is in the telescope is that green. But I might use more of that green in the rest of the green areas they have, like down here. I could, or I might use take one of the blues, make that an AB in there. Definitely probably do something with these solar systems up here. I'll definitely change some of this out for crystal or AB. I don't really have crystals. I have ABs. I have to look to see what colors I might be able to fit in there, but I'll definitely put some in there. As far as her, I don't want to touch her face at all. Her outfit, I might be able to put some red AB, or maybe some sort of pink metallic or something in the ruffle on her outfit here. Maybe the cuff on her shirt right here. Maybe in the buttons. Again, maybe just a little highlight somewhere. Maybe a little highlight throughout here. This pattern that this is outlined in black, and then there's like a brown color. So maybe I'll put some sort of, you know, color in there. I don't know. It all depends. I won't know until I actually look, but these are all just suggestions that you could do, or that I might do. Like I said, I have to see what I'm going to do with her face, because I don't love but I want to see how it looks from other people, though, before I change any of that, or I actually want to look at the colors myself. And her hair, I probably would leave her hair alone. If anything, I would again only do a little accent somewhere in one of the colors there's not very many of. Like, it looks like there's a couple of red colors that are just scattered around here that I could replace maybe with a red AB, just to give her hair a little pop. I wouldn't do a major color in her hair, so that I might do that. Anyways, wow, I kept you long. This went really fast, but all that AB talk and crystal talk kept you. I'm sorry about that, guys. I really don't mean to make this half hours. I really don't. But I'll leave you now. I hope you enjoyed the beautiful canvas from Hannah Lynn, and love that. It's going to be so fun to do. So I don't know when I get to her, but it'll be great doing it. All right. Thank you for joining me, everybody. Check out Dream Designs, and till next time, please, everybody, be safe, be happy, stay safe, stay happy. All right. Thanks, guys. Bye.